Carolina Vergnano, the owner of the Caffè Vergnano brand. Welcome in Visit Chef TV.
Thank you and ciao.
Ciao, ciao. I start my day with cups of espresso with a few drops of milk. That's my start of the day. Is it okay for you as the representative of the Italian coffee?
I would say that the espresso pure with no milk is the real representation, or as well the Moka, which is a typical Italian way of drinking it.
Oh, okay. And what is your first coffee in the morning?
It's a very early morning Moka, which is the long extraction coffee. And then I follow with a second one at around 7 a.m.
And tell me the reason why these two coffees.
Because it's a kick-off. It's also a moment for myself. And the perfume that the Moka has is amazing, the old
That's true.
house.
There's a morning perfume.
Yeah.
That's true, that's true. I agree. Can you tell us more about the Caffè Vergnano brand? As far I know, it's a family brand and family tradition as well. How do you feel about your coffee and your family legacy?
It's a very long history, 1882, so imagine more than 140 years of family members running the company, believing in the same dream, generation after generation. We feel a big responsibility because the owner at the beginning had a very big dream of expanding and growing the company, but also preserving what is very important for us, which is the quality of the products, the production made in Italy. So we are very responsible and careful of preserving the pillars, but also expanding globally. So what was for you the most important moment for a brand? When did a small family business become a global empire? For sure, the most important and relevant moment is when we signed a partnership with Coca-Cola Hellenic a bit more than 2 years ago, because it was a dream coming true. So putting together a family company, the values, the quality of the product, together with the ability of a bigger company to execute and to really bring the product all over the world.
And then the business is growing and growing. So tell me, how hard can it be to keep the quality when your business grows like several times around the world?
We decided to have a good pace. So we're not pushing too hard in the growth. So we're doing this with a reasonable growth rate because we want to preserve the quality and also our roasting method, which is very particular. So we do slow roasting, which is the old way of roasting coffee, but we believe that it's the best way, and it's also the signature of Caffè Vergnano. So doing this requires that we can grow, but it should be at a reasonable rate. Okay,
and it should be much better under control.
Correct.
Okay. So from which countries and plantations does coffee travel to your roastery today?
Coffee travels from so many countries. Of course, South and Central America is the main source of coffee, mainly for the Arabica one. But for Robusta, we buy a lot from Vietnam, India, and then also Africa is a big part of sourcing. So imagine this coffee travels from more than 18 countries all over the world to our, of course, factory, where all the roasting and blending takes place.
So you are producing only blends, or do you have like mono Arabic as well?
We are a blend philosophy company because we believe that every origin and every plantation can bring something into the cup, his own flavor, his own aroma. And just a blend can really be a composition of perfumes, flavors, and taste.
Makes sense. That makes sense. It's true. And what is the process? What has happened before the coffee arrives at the roastery? Is there any inspections before that, or is there any preparation because the coffee travels?
There are so many steps and so many milestones. So the coffee, first of all, in the plantation gets selected, gets washed. So there are so many processes which are happening in the plantation. And then, of course, we select the coffee by try and tasting before giving the to the container to be dispatched. But then all the other type of check and controls quality, it happens in the company. So imagine how many layers of control you can actually see within the process.
Italian coffee is, of course, the famous in the world. But what makes the Caffè Vergnano different from the other Italian coffee producers?
I mentioned again roasting.
Okay.
I mentioned the fact that we are family run, not just family owned, which makes a big difference. So we are very hands-on, daily working in the company, and we love to run our business. And I would say also the type of selection process and the type of blends, and all this is in the hand of the Vergnano family. In particular, it's my uncle and my cousin who are taking care, visiting plantation, sourcing from the right place. So these are the elements and the key elements of making Caffè Vergnano a bit special.
As we said, Italian coffee is the most famous in the world. Everyone knows it, everyone wants to drink high quality coffee, but there is also a lot of competition. Is it easy to do business with Italian coffee?
It is very difficult.
This is difficult.
In Italy, there are more than 700 roasting companies, very regional, some national. So there is a very high competition. But trying to pursue a strategy of quality, consistency, and of course, bringing the coffee all over the world with always the same approach, I think it's going to pay back because people are very loyal. So once they try the coffee, once they fall in love with a certain taste, they look for it. So I'm very positive on this.
And is it true that every region in Italy likes to drink coffee differently?
We have some different areas of Italy that are requiring stronger or lighter coffee. In the south of Italy, the crema should be a bit darker. The coffee should be a bit more foamy. And the cup should be warmer as a temperature, while in the north is a bit different. But we respect a lot, so we don't try to say, okay, there is only one perfect coffee, but we have several blends in order to really meet the taste of the people and also respect their culture.
I understand. So it's the one thing to brew coffee to a high quality. It's another to prepare it well for a guest in the coffee-only restaurant. So how does Caffè Vergnano work to make sure that the guest has the perfect coffee in their cup?
The secret is taking care of all the elements. So coffee is one thing, but then there is machine maintenance, there is the hand, and there is the training. How important is to actually train the people that are capable and have all the know-how needed in order to make a good coffee. It's not easy to make a good coffee, and it's not easy to make it every day the same taste.
So is there any service directly from Caffè Vergnano?
It's together with Coca-Cola Hellenic in this country, for example, and in many other countries, we have a service of coffee experts who are visiting stores, teaching the baristas, and also making sure that the quality is consistent.
And then coffee should be perfect.
And coffee should be always the same, at least.
The same perfect quality. How do you imagine the ideal coffee service? What must not be missing?
A smile.
A smile.
I believe in coffee as an emotion. So coffee is not just a drink, coffee is not just a social moment, but coffee is also your personal emotion. And you connect with the person who's making the coffee. We're losing this. I would like to see more people smiling while they prepare it and do it with love.
And how many cups of the coffee do you drink a day?
This is a bad question. I drink
tell me true, please.
Between 10 and 15.
Between 10 and 15 coffees per day?
Yeah.
Wow.
I love it. And I will never give up.
Thank you very much for the interview. Carolina Vergnano, the owner of the Caffè Vergnano. Thank you very much and take care.
Thank you very much. Thanks very much.
To byla další epizoda z podcastu magazínu Více. Všechny epizody naleznete v našem archivu na www.vizičev.com/podcast a také ve všech podcastových aplikacích. Kontaktovat nás můžete na adrese redakce@vizičev.com. Na nový díl podcastu od nás se můžete těšit každý týden. A my se budeme těšit na vás.